Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I am Coach D, your budget coach. If this is your first time, I welcome you. I am a budget coach who I enjoy helping individuals reach and exceed their financial goals while still enjoying their life in the process. If it's your first time, definitely I welcome you here. Thank you for being here. And check out other videos. Subscribe. Go check out some things. But of course, watch this video first. But today's topic, we will be talking about the importance of your credit score, the importance of knowing your credit score. So let me pull my comments up. Thank you for joining. If you could let me know where you're tuning in from, I would love to hear that. Hey, thank you for joining. I am in Pennsylvania, if you don't know, and I'm excited to be here with you all. So we're going to talk about credit. Hey, happy Tuesday. So we're gonna be a little active today. Hey, thank you all for joining. So what I asked of you is, what is the last time you checked your credit score? When's the last time you checked your credit score? Let me know that. Let me know that. I would love to. Hey, thank you all for joining. I appreciate you guys. We're talking about credit scores today, so I'm not going to ask you, what your credit score is, but let me know, when is the last time you actually checked your credit score. Because it's very important for us to check our credit score. So we need to know our credit score. So when we go to places, well, on top of that, East Norton, PA, hey, welcome. Got to turn my ringer off today. Forgive me. But you're driving? Okay. Thank you. Last week, good. Can't remember this morning since we updates monthly. My FICA, good. All right. So if you have not checked your score recently, I would recommend checking it every 3 months. Sometimes they tell you to check it once a year. Yes, you should look at your credit report, but also know your score. So knowing your score, the importance of that is when you go places, you know what to expect. You don't want to. How many of us have went somewhere, applied for something, they say, no ma'am or no sir, gone. You're not approved. Okay, but you know what? We put ourselves in those situations by not knowing, not being prepared. Know what your score is before you walk into a place, so you know the likeliness of yourself being approved or denied. Because what we don't want to do is waste a credit run on something that we're probably not going to get, because that is going to affect your credit score too and bring your credit score down. And so I would just say, definitely check your credit score, know your score. Yes, it's important to know what's on your report, to check that. We talked about that in another video, to the importance of just checking it, looking at it, see what's on there. But knowing your numbers is very important. So not only is your credit score good for loans or for getting credit cards, but it's also used for insurance. How many of us have car insurance? That's used for your car insurance, to see about how much your car insurance is going to be. For your homeowner's insurance, is used for that as well. So it's, your credit score is not only for loans, but it's for other areas as well. And also, some jobs actually check. Now, not all, but some do. And the reason they check is really to see and check your responsibility. How responsible are you? So it's not only your credit score is, it's involved in different areas and different things. So it's important just to know exactly where you're standing, and some ways to, if your score isn't where you want it to be and you want to get it higher. Yes, we know everyone says the same things, but it is the truth. Pay your stuff on time. Um, you know, Pay it in full if you can, and just know one late payment can take you down 100 points. That's a big drop. That is a big drop. So don't, set reminders. So I know in my phone, I set reminders when things are due. Some things are due like the same day every single month. So that helps you, with that. But some things are due, maybe the third. Like I have one bill that's due. Sometimes it's on the 20th, sometimes it's on the 22nd. Bills like that can be very dangerous because you can miss that due date if you're not paying attention. And then with our pay dates fluctuating, we don't always get paid on the same day of the month. our pay dates, because the days change, they fall on different days. So it's important for us to really know what we're doing. You can see, use a calendar, use a tracker, set reminders, be on top of that. Just the paying yourself on time alone is a big, big help. Let's see. Yes, yes, that's a good comment. It says my credit union and some of my credit card companies offer credit scores. That is very true, and that's another thing that you can use to check. Now, just remember, some scores are different. Some scores are your FICO scores, some are like Advantage scores, so they're different types of scores. But even just knowing where you stand, so if you check the same place all the time, you can at least see how you're fluctuating. Are you staying the same? Is it going down? Is it going up? Just be mindful of your score. We want to know our score. So that is good. And some, like I have a credit union that actually tells me mine every single month. And then another thing we need to do too. So sometimes we want to get our credit score better, but we don't want to use our cards. We're like, I'm not using my card. I want to mess myself up. But you have to have some activity, because if you have a card and you don't use it, how are you showing them that you can handle credit? How are you showing them that you can use it and pay it back? Yes, we want to keep it down. We don't want it high. We don't want to use it because we want to keep our score where it's at. But a little activity will actually help you out. And another thing, too, if you don't use your credit card often, then they will close your card without even consulting you. I just had that happen to me. Okay, so and that's something I know I was slipping on that, because I actually keep track of the last time I used cards and how often I need to use them just to keep some activity flowing. But that card was a little bit difficult, because that card was for like a particular item. It's not an item you will buy often. So that one was a little tricky for me, but it was like I had got some carpet. So it was a card for carpets and flooring and stuff like that. So you mean, how often do you get that? So, but I guess I could have went and got something at the store, but I wasn't mindful of that. So I definitely would recommend to just keep track of the last time you used your card. Um, just using a little bit, and then too, be careful too, because sometimes we don't use our cards, and then we'll use it once, for some activity, and forget to pay it because it's not a card that we normally use. So just, it's all about just using trackers, using planners, being mindful of your stuff, put the notes in your phone. It's so much we have to do and keep track of, but those little things are important and worth your credit score. I always said that's me sometimes, and me too. Now I didn't see when you put that comment, so I'm not sure what you were speaking of. But it's hard because we want to keep our score high, and we want to, be have it to where we want it to be when we're ready to go and apply for things. But once we get it to one score, we're like, okay, all right, I got it. So just do things. Thank you. So just do things to just keep it where it's at. So the point of today's chat was really basically to just know your credit score, know where you stand, know your numbers. So when you go places, you know what to expect. You never want to be somewhere applying for something and you're surprised that it didn't go through, or you're embarrassed that something didn't go through, because that's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling. Nobody wants that feeling, of course. But if we can prevent ourselves from that, and we want to go in at a higher point, so we can go in confident, knowing, oh, I want this, I want that, or when you're going to get a vehicle, or with vehicles, you can go to your credit union, and get a good interest rate or a better interest rate then more likely than you will get at a dealership. Then you go in with your check and get your car, and you don't have to let them know. So that way you can kind of get everything you want to get with your vehicle, because they're going to be giving you low prices, because in their mind, when you get their financing, they're going to just get all the money back from you from the interest rate they're going to charge you. So I would say definitely, if you're going to, now this is off topic, I know, but if you're going to get a car and you have a credit union and you get your check from your credit union, don't let them know that when you walk in. Go in, look at everything. You know how much you can get. You know how much money you had your check is for. Look around, know what you want, and go prepared. But also talk them down, talk them down, talk them down, because they're going to want to talk you down, because, or they're going to want to please you, because they think you're going to get their finances, and usually their finances are so high, or they try to give it to you for a million years. So definitely go in. Remember, you're in charge, and let them let them give you a deal, and then you surprise them with your check from your credit union, and it'll be even more bigger deal for you. Then they'll still try to talk you into not using your check. The closing of the card, I didn't know they closed until, yes, yes, yes. So that's hurtful right there. When they close your card and you're not expecting it, that's a shock, and then your credit score goes down. So definitely, I hope those tips. I don't want to hold you long. I appreciate you all from being here, but my tip for today was just know your score, know where you stand, check it, be mindful of things that affect it, and keep track of it, and just work on keeping it where it's at, or keeping it, or making it higher and higher. If you're not where you want to be, keep building it, and just be mindful of things that will make it decrease, and try to prevent yourself from doing those things. Yes, because once you tell me, had the check. Yes, yes. Once you tell them that you have the check from your credit union, they'll say, "Well, how much is it for?" Then you can say, "Oh, it's 30,000. Oh, we have a car over here for $29,999." And then they'll say, then you got to pay the tax, the registration, all that. So now they want even more money from you. So definitely never let them know how much your check is for. And then the goal is to not spend it all. Even if your credit union gave you 30,000, you don't have to spend 30,000. The blessing is that you were approved for that, but you can go in and spend 25,000 or go spend 20,000. So yes, yes, yes. I thank you all for being here. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the page. We go live every Tuesday. A new video post every Friday. The lives are 6 p.m. Tuesdays Eastern. The videos are 6 a.m. Fridays. Did I say that right? The videos I post are 6 a.m. on Fridays Eastern. Um, and you're welcome for the tips. And oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, my private community is called the Financial Freedom Mastermind. Will be accepting new members this Friday. So when I put the replay up, I'll definitely put that in the comments. If you know someone who needs to improve their money management skills, well, not necessarily if you know someone who needs to, they have to want to improve them, because there's no need for people to join and not be ready for that. So if you know someone who's actually ready to change their finances, let them know we're accepting the members for a few days. It's not going to be an open forever. It's open for a few days. Come on in. Let's get started. So, yeah. So I can't wait to see the new members in that community. You will be held accountable. So get ready. We're going to be doing some things in there to improve your management skills, your credit score, improve your savings, decrease your debt, all that good stuff. We're working. We're working in there. But have a great day. Thank you for joining. I love you all, and I will see you all next week. Happy budgeting.